Hi, so to continue my conversation, um, my friend who passed away, he was very much, um, just a confidant and became a really, really good friend. And he passed away last year. And normally, when Mom and I would pass his house, she would just go, "Oh," she wouldn't say his name, or she'd just be like, "Oh, he's not there anymore." But the other day, we went by the house, and she said, "Oh," and she said his name, and then she started crying, and she's like, "Oh, he was so lovely, and he's gone." And she cried. So I was, I had to grateful, right, that she has that memory. And I had to be sympathetic with her and just say, "Yeah, Mom, you're right." And I had to comfort her. So as she's becoming more awake and aware, um, the memories are happy and sad, right? And then the other night, usually around sundown, it's called sundowners, I guess, for people with Alzheimer's and dementia. Usually, when the sun starts going down, she starts saying, "Oh, my mom and dad are dead," and everything. But she had this conversation with me like earlier in the afternoon, and she got really, really upset. And she said that her mom and dad, were no longer here. And she was like, she referred to her one sister. She said, and that other couple passed away. So I think she was referring to her other sister, who she has kind of forgotten up until this point. She has lucid moments about that sister now. And then but she's like, "Oh, but Jeannie's still here, you know, and she knows when she sees my cousin's picture, my cousin in France. She knows she should know them, but now it's coming back to her, right? And she's like, "Oh yeah, they're lovely. Used to go there all the time." So it's not full on moments of recognition. Um, and she still says to me, like, the other day she's talking about her mom, and she turned to me and she's like, "Who's your mama?" And I'm like, "You are, mama." So but for me, it's like letting go of that expectation that, "Oh my God, this new product's going to work and her memory's going to be back and everything's going to be great." And I like waking up with an expectation of how the day should go. Like, you just got to let go of that, you know, let go of the expectation and stand in appreciation and be present in every moment and just have gratitude. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I have just standing in the possibility that she's coming back to me, but not standing in the expectation of it, if that makes sense. But just really standing in the possibility and the discovery and the grace within the day and the beautiful moments. We went to see a friend's, it was a friend's birthday. We went and sat at the garden and social distanced, and she remembered them. She remembered them and she told them, she's like, "Oh yeah, you guys were lovely." And whereas, a year ago, she kind of might have known that she knew their faces and she should know them. But actually, I'm sure it was such a huge gift for them to actually hear my mom say to them, "Oh, you guys are lovely." She was really connecting and laughing and engaging in the conversation. And, her cheeky personality is coming out with me, joking around. And then when we left, she's like, "Oh, that was really great." Because she's stuck with me. She's stuck with me all the time in the house, unless we're FaceTiming somebody. So it was wonderful to see her light up and have her fun personality come out. So, wherever you're at, taking care of your loved one, and whatever, you're deciding whether you're doing, medication for them, it's easier for you, and sometimes it's easier for them to keep them calm, right? And to keep them on some medication and keep them so they're not in that frustrating place. Because when they are coming awake, or when they are frustrated, they're frustrated and scared. And they're gonna, like when you're mad at yourself, when things aren't going your way in your everyday life and you're mad at like something didn't get accomplished, you're reaching for that bag of chips or you're yelling at somebody. It's not necessarily sometimes about what that person is doing to you. It's what's going on in here internally. So that's what's happening to my mom, like more often than not. And, she's like, you don't care. You don't care. It's like, oh my God, I care. I care. I'm here. I'm here taking care of you every day. I care. And I have to she's just frustrated. She's just frustrated in that moment. And, I have yelled that back at her. I have lost my mind, not lost my mind, lost my moment, right? Lost my patience. I had to go out of the house and scream. I don't know what my neighbors thought, but I was just so frustrated because she got fixated on asking me something over and over and over again. And she doesn't know any better. And I was trying to do this Zoom call and be present on the Zoom call. And I just like, I just lost it. I lost it because I'm like, I can't have a life and take care of her. And I'm like, okay, Jackie, yes, you can. This is just one moment, right? Yes, you can. And you're willing. And you are deciding to do this. So just have some grace and some patience, right? But some days I'm just like, I just need a moment for myself. And I remember somebody said something about being alone. Oh, because you're living alone during this pandemic. And they're like, I'll just be around people. And I said, oh my God, I go just to go and be alone for 8 hours by myself would be great. And I love my mom and I love the journey that we're on, but just to go and sit and read a book or just to journal or just to go listen to music or just to go sing and play my guitar, just me alone, because I'm forgetting, not that I'm forgetting who I am, but my self-expression. And so being the caregiver over and over and over again, and you kind of forget not who you are, but like, who you are around other people, who you are for yourself, especially if you're doing stuff and it's not, the progress is going downhill instead of up, forward. And with Alzheimer's and dementia, sometimes that's it. It's been like that for years for me, right? It's been like that for years for me. I'm sorry, I keep looking at my own picture and then I'm like, well, no, I need to look at my camera. I'm talking to you. I'm like, stop looking at yourself. So I'm trying to keep my eyes focused on the camera so you know that I'm talking to you and you know that I'm talking to you. But yeah, just have some grace, have some grace. I've been doing some self-care twice a week and taking those moments, not always focusing on business when I have some downtime, but actually enjoying, conversations with friends. And I think I told you guys I joined a book club, which is huge for me because reading a book, that's one of my struggles that I have overcome. If my friends know me, they're laughing right now. I wasn't the greatest student, but I've become a student for myself, right? For self-education. So anyway, what are my tips? I guess, one of the magic moments, I was singing and writing this song with my girlfriend, and you'll hear it soon. Kind of a theme song for Journey with Joan. So I'm going to be singing it, and my girlfriend has come up with the melody, so I'll be singing that. But I was practicing it the other day, and I was singing it to my mom, and she had like a smile on her face, and she kind of was like going to the beat, and it brings me to tears because I wrote the lyrics, and if once you hear it, you might be crying too. But I'm singing it for my mom, and she's all lit up and stuff, and because of her mood swings, and I'm like, so was it good? Did you like it? She's like, it was okay. I'm like, did I sound good? Yeah, it was all right. Meanwhile, she was like bebopped into it, right? And I'm just like, oh my God, she's so funny. She's so funny. And then the other day was, I had gotten dressed up and did my hair and everything. And she looks in the mirror and she's like, oh, look at this old woman talking about herself. And I did her hair with a straightener and everything. And then she just looked at me and she's like, you're so beautiful. Like sincerely, she just looked at me and she's like, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, everybody has their own insecurities. I have my insecurities around my body and my looks and my wrinkles. And, some days I'm just exhausted. And just to hear your mom tell you, like, I know you don't need validation from other people, but we do, right? It's nice to be told, hey, you look pretty, and whether you believe it or not. But just my mom was just like straight up, just like, you're so beautiful, right? And it just made me feel so happy. And I just said, I go, yeah, mama, because you're beautiful. It's because of you. So thank you. You know, so there's wonderful gifts. There's wonderful gifts of acknowledgement, and you know, making her food is always a challenge. She sometimes likes it, she sometimes doesn't. And she's talking to my auntie, and I go, Mom, did you like my food today? And she's like, no. And then in the next minute, oh, but Jackie's great. Oh, she's perfect. You know, so it's like, it's so small, you know, it's so erratic. Is that a word? Yeah. Um, sometimes, sometimes it's just like, I don't have any appreciation. She doesn't have any appreciation. And it's just a disease, you know, and then the self-talk in here that I tell myself, oh my God, this isn't working. I can't do this anymore. And then you have those moments where she like just looks at you and go, oh, you're beautiful. You know, that just makes up for the day. So I don't know what else to share. Look forward to the song that, you know, that we're going to come out with. And if you want to know about the patches that we're on, private message me, send me an email. I'll include it again on my post. And thank you so much for allowing me to contribute to you. I hope I do. And yeah, until next time, have patience, have grace with yourself, embrace your shadows. You know, when we're walking along, we're walking in the sunlight, and there's always a shadow behind us. And our shadows don't need to be good or bad. It makes you human, right? We're not perfect human beings. However, we get to, you know, forgive ourselves, forgive others, and just move with grace and know that whatever you're dealing with out there, you're doing the best that you can. I want to acknowledge you for taking care of your loved one, you know, for look for the good every day, despite what's going on in the world. You get to control your can't really control the outside circumstances, but you control what it means to you and how you navigate through it. So choose powerfully. And I love you. And thanks for tuning in. And I do want to show you my mom. I'll do more video with do a video with my mom in it. So I need to master the editing of this software and figure out how to edit my videos. So it's a learning process for me. So look forward to that. And thank you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.